Greetings, fellow citizens. Tonight, I just wanna we Bantu, by the way. We Bantu. Progress is in the hands of the people. I just wanna make a quick comment today. This is not gonna be long. It's gonna be about 20 minutes or so. So, um, I just wanted to comment on how something that is telling. I just wanted to share with you something that is telling us to the mediocrity of our governance systems. And therefore, I'll share something. So so hopefully you see you see it the same way I see it. If not, I'll share my perspective. That's why I wanted to do this. So, but the youth have really, the government has really failed the youth. I mean, it's terrible really to see that its government can simply throw a bone at the youth like dogs. Seriously, it's like throwing a bone at dogs. You're a big boss and you just throw a bone at dogs to pick at it until they're tired of it and maybe move to something else. You know, kind of get it to them. But the governance systems have failed everybody, really, every Zambian. So, but I want I don't want to. I don't want to spend too much time. Before I show you this, I want to show you this. Then we can. Then I can have a proper discourse. Then you can have. We can save time. I don't want to go too long today. About 20 minutes or so. All right. So I'm gonna go on and show you. This is a conference. I guess it was a town hall type meeting between the Minister of Youth and Sports, uh, Emmanuel Mlenga, and the youth. I don't know where they got these youth. It was more of a question and answer session, and it revolved around the disbursement of the 30,000 kwacha that was approved by the president. Everything has to be approved by the president. 30,000 kwacha approved by the president. So this is what the meeting is about. So let me go ahead and play that. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm not founded that. Bring your challenges to the office. Let's dialogue. I should agree with the first speaker who said that we should open door policy as a means. We should give you a listening ear and attend to your needs and your desires. And I can guarantee you that will give you that need which you deserve. Will give you a listening. Will attend to your challenges. Let's reason together. Where we fail, we'll tell you that we are. What we can do, we'll tell you that we can do. And I should encourage you to come up with proposals. For now, we are going to bring regardless of education standard, regardless of the skills and the education background which one has. If you come on board, bring suggestions. We've got ideas of how we are going to bring everybody on board. I can tell you that as a minister, we are looking on creating youth this country before the end of December. We have got ideas of how we are going to empower these youth, but you also come on board, bring ideas. Let's work. It's our Zambia. We can develop. We don't have to damage the foundation which has been created and built by our forefathers. We need to build from where our forefathers left. We want to.
Sorry, guys. I just had to interject there. This is annoying and it gets on your nerves really fast. This guy has no right to reference our forefathers. Seriously, he talks about working together with the youth. We can't work together. We cannot work together. First, I want you to picture something. Maybe you may not be seeing this from my perspective, but here's the perspective I'm seeing this. I've seen countries that are quite advanced. Governments, in fact, I've worked for foreign governments, advanced governments. the youth, I mean, this minister here, even the setting, the way the guy is being treated, I mean, this guy doesn't seem to be anybody. Treat him like a king. The guy is treated like a king. And all he does is ruin the country. So he's telling the youth, bring ideas. Bring the ideas to who? To my office, so we can work together. Bring the ideas to my office to work together. And the office is referring to here. This forum is not often. I have an open door policy. These guys are not easy to find. Instead of talking about, this youth should not even be meeting a minister. They should not be meeting a minister. These kids, wherever they live, and we're talking about these kids. These are kids in Lusaka. They are kids in Kaputa. They are kids in Solwezi. They are kids in Mununga. A rational government does not have to have kids meeting a minister. A minister's job is defined. It should be defined. It's just policy. One of the kids asked a very good question. A job of the minister is policy formulation and monitoring the implementation of that policy. And that policy permeates every corner of Zambia. Therefore, it's almost when you listen to this guy talk, it's almost like the only government we have in Zambia is the central government. If you can't see a minister, you can't do anything. The minister is the only one person that you can see as a representative of government. For any grievances or anything to be addressed, you have to see a minister. A minister has to talk to you. You have to see a minister. And he's so precious and so big, that, it's almost like impossible. This is a real privilege right here, to be in the presence of a minister. It's a real privilege to be in the presence of this guy. This guy. This guy. I'm talking about this guy right here. It's such an honor to be in the presence of this guy. How pathetic. How pathetic, people. Really? The government, wherever you are as a youth, the policy must reach you. There has to be an effective representation of government in Mwinilunga for you to go there and say, I have an idea. I want you to do this and this and this and this. The government has set up, computer terminals, workstations, things like that, to get ideas from youth and all that. It should create such centers. In the districts, you don't have to go to Lusaka. An effective government should be able to take care of you right there in the district where you live. Innovation, inventions. They should be able to apply for a patent at district level. Right there in the district. Every organ of government should be represented. The youth should not be talking to this guy. They should be going to the Ministry of Youth and Sport and at that district level. Whatever it is right now, it's useless. Right now, they need to give power to those local authorities so they can deal with the issues of the youth that live in those districts. This guy is just larger than life, for nothing. Every youth in Zambia is thinking of a minister. Every youth in Zambia must think of minister, president, The president has to approve a mere 30,000 kwacha. The president has to approve it. And at every turn, he needs to be thanked. We thank the president. It means we thank the president. We thank the president. Everything revolves around the president. You can't have a country like this, people. And I'm pushing for change in Zambia. We can't have a country like that. If you have a properly configured government, you should not have to think about meeting a minister. No. You won't even think about a minister. You can hear about the president, because he's the head of state. But to say, wow, we are requesting an audience with the president, we are requesting an audience with the minister, that should be a thing of the past. That is not how it works in advanced countries. It should be a thing of the past. And what causes all this is the concentration of Zambian power in one man. And then these become kings. It's talking like a king here. It's really pathetic, guys. We need to change government systems. Government system, not to change a party, not to change a president. We need to change the governance systems. I'll keep nailing that point. Let me continue.
Achieve anything directly by fighting. We will achieve by sitting, and I know that we have got sensible. I know that we have got youths who are responsible, and you are responsible youths with Zambia needs. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. At this point in time, I'd like to invite the press to some questions to the Minister. So that, remember, the Minister is going to Parliament this morning. Okay. Floor is open. For the press, yes, introduce yourself and.
So much. My name is Michael. Oh, I don't know if you allow me to ask two questions.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My first question is in million Russia. Today. What's the and the second question on loans which are talking about were given
When?
or the
When? We have no. Okay. Let me clarify. The issue of loans, we have not given any loans this year. For the 30 million kwacha, that is for the artists, that falls under the Ministry of Tourism. Yeah.
what's the head of ministry stating that youths out there who are owing government in terms of failure to pay.
Oh, okay. So
loans.
the old loan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to get clarity on how much the youths are owing government. Of course, there has government.
Another question? Yes, please.
Name is Bishop. This would like to applaud the government for coming up with initiatives for the youths. With regards to the 18 million kwacha that has been critics are saying that in as much as we appreciate that journey of 1,000 miles that they are saying this is a piecemeal empowerment. Why is our government not looking at bigger picture? For example, they're talking about creating policies that
Okay. That does it for that. But that youth right there at the very end asked an appropriate question, the most pertinent question. You know, uh, there's confusion here. I don't even know what they mean by empowering the youth in Zambia, in our system the way it is, guys. I don't know what you mean by empowering youths. I think you mean you simply mean motivating youth. I think the appropriate word for what is here is motivating youth or something like that, empowering youth. How do you empower youth by giving them a loan? What's that? Why is that empowerment? By giving youth a loan that you have to pay back to the government, you give them a loan. The loans may more often than not will become a burden to that youth, because the youth is also burdened with taxes over 60 to up to 60% of any income that they're earning. They have to pay to the government, give it to the government, while foreigners are on tax holidays. Empower youth with a loan. These words are not even used properly. Empowerment is, to give somebody an ability to have the authority to exercise something within their own means, and enable somebody to do something. In this case, when you simply give the youth, you give them loans, and you give them a loan in an environment that is likely to make that loan a burden to the youth. That's what happens here. When you give youth loans in an economic environment that is more likely to become a burden to that youth than creating a source of enduring livelihood, that's a trap. It's called a trap. I'll tell you how you empower the youth. You empower the youth by, guys, sometimes I have no words. I run out of words sometimes. He's sitting here saying the government has ideas. You also bring ideas. What ideas does the government have? The biggest idea you can ever have is to stop corruption. Because if you stop corruption, you can go to every district with all these millions of dollars and open up training centers. You can use these millions of dollars that are going out of the country. If you stop that corruption, you can reduce taxes significantly. Zambians are taxed up to 60% of their income. Up to 60% of Zambians' income, even more, goes to taxes. Pay as you earn, going up to 40%, up to 40%, pay as you earn. Then everything you buy VAT, 16%. Everything you buy, you pay 16% VAT and sales tax. 16% VAT. Everything you buy, they take 16% out of it. Everything you buy in Zambia, you take 16%. Then you have to pay your taxes for fuel levies, ERV levies, and all these stupid taxes that they put on fuel. Whether you drive or not, you pay them. You stop corruption. Then use that money. Take away the burden of taxation from the Zambian people. If you take away the burden of taxation from the Zambian people, you will empower them. That's the biggest empowerment that you can grant the Zambian people, the youth. While you do that, all these millions of dollars that keep bleeding out of the country go to the districts, not in Lusaka, no, go to the districts, Nakonde district in Western Province, all these districts establish effective governments, local governments there. Set up youth centers, training centers, where you get youth that are enterprising and work with them. You are enterprising. Work with them. Reduce their tax burden. You can give them a head start on a industry, something they develop. Develop this, sure. You know what? Looks good. You are relieved from taxes for this period. Don't do what... This is what you're doing to foreigners. You can't do this to your own citizens. You are empowering. When you talk about empowering, you are empowering foreigners instead of your own citizens. You are empowering foreigners instead of your own citizens, your own youth that are 100% vested in the future of Zambia. You don't empower them. You are actually empowering foreigners. That's why a foreigner selling garbage or whatever they're doing in Lusaka over there, they can do it and make a lot of money. Why? Because you've empowered them with a tax exemption. You've empowered them. If you take it, if you get if you tell the youth, hey, you guys, if we want youth in this sector, if you start anything here, you won't pay any taxes for 2 years until we'll see you. The government is going to support you to see you through your startup. And when you do that, the only tax we are going to be collecting from you after 2 years is business tax. We are not going to collect any pay as you earn from you. We are not going to collect any pay as you earn from you. We are only going to be collecting your business taxes. What happens if you do that? It means those people have more money in their pockets. They can spend more money. They have more disposable income to spend and grow the economy and expand their business. And when they expand their business, they can employ more people. When they employ more people, they produce more. When they produce more, they want to employ more people. When they employ more people, they produce more. It's a vicious cycle. And when they produce more, now they make more profit from that, industrious undertaking. They produce more profit and create a wider base for you, the government, to collect business taxes. That's how it works. Guys, that's how it works. It doesn't work from the top, from the president, from the minister. It works at local level. That's where you grow the economy. You do not grow the economy from the top. You grow the economy from the grassroots, from the people, with the people in the local areas. That's where in initiatives that's where industries are born. Right where the people live. Somebody starting up a wood shop. Somebody starting up, something that begins to grow because the government is not burdening them with too much tax that they fall. No, that's how you empower citizens. When you talk about empowering citizens in development, in development, in nation building, you are talking about relaxing the burden of tax on the citizens to give them room to expand. Then when they expand their, when they expand their enterprises, the enterprises make more profit. Then you collect taxes on those profits. In the meantime, you have copper, all these minerals to supplement all that. But you are not taking what is supposed to, what belongs to the Zambian people. You just let it bleed out of the country, So don't talk about the empowerment, guys. If you don't know what you're talking about, just keep quiet. Shut up. Don't talk about empowering the youth if you don't know what you're talking about. To me, it's annoying. Don't talk about empowerment if you don't know what you're talking about. There is no empowerment in what you're talking about with the youth. There is no ideas to be exchanged between you and your youth, and there's nothing you are going to do about those ideas. Every youth in Zambia is not going to come to the minister. It's not going to come to the minister. Huh? How are you going to handle 4 million youth in Zambia? They are going to come to the minister. You create those opportunities. You empower the youth in the districts. Those youth that are industrious, right? Those youth that are industrious, they start to grow something. Give them a break on taxes. They start to grow something. It starts growing because you have lessened their tax burden. They have more money to reinvest. And this, I need to hire more people. He's going to hire youth. Those that may not be so industrious, but they have a graduate degree. They have a trade, a skill that they developed. I need you. They get employed. They start earning something. And if you ease up on taxes on those people, on all those employees, you ease the taxes, reduce these taxes up to 60%. Just reduce it, cut the taxes to 20%. Full, maximum, 20% taxes. They have more money to spend. You employ those people, they are going to spend money, more money. That money they are spending, they are buying more of the goods that people are producing. The people that you are supporting. They are going to buy more goods. Then the more goods they buy, the demand increases. These guys want to expand. So they hire more people. The more people they hire, they produce more, they expand. What is happening now? Why do you think, oh, geez, the government is not going to have any money? No. This now industry begins to grow, and then it begins to make profits, corporate profits, business profits. And that's what the government taxes. The government taxes business profits. You don't gouge individual citizens like crazy. They will never start up anything. As long as you gouge the citizens, take all their money up to 60-70% of every little thing that they have. You pay as you and out of it. They go somewhere to buy anything, they pay 16%. Whatever you buy, you pay 16%. Whatever you buy, if you add up everything, if you keep track of everything that you are buying, you are taking 16% and 5%, sales tax, take 16%. You find that the taxes you pay are up to 60%. 60% or more of your income goes to taxes. So, you need to look at what empowerment is. This is not it. This is not empowerment. I know the youth are sitting there. How do you plan to empower the youth? What that minister is talking about is not an answer. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That minister does not know what he's talking about when he's talking about empowerment. From a nation building point of view, he has no clue. You don't empower youth by simply saying, here is a loan. That's not empowerment. You don't empower youth. I know there was one youth that said, wow, these were loans that were given to the youth to empower them. That's not empowerment. It is not empowerment. I want you to understand this. That is not empowerment. Empowerment will only come when the systems of government change. And I just explained what I mean by empowerment. If what the government are doing to foreigners is empowerment. Guess who's taking billions of dollars without the tax that's due on it. It's foreigners. Who's letting them do it? It's the government. So the government has empowered all those investors. Our country is full of the Chinese are coming into Zambia. Not the there's empowerment for them. They're empowered in their businesses. You feel like you have the authority to exercise judgment. You have been given an ability to do something within your power. That's empowerment. You can take something from nothing and grow it. And you feel that confidence that the government is with me. You get what I'm saying? The government is with me. It's like your dad saying, "Kid, son, you can do it. I'm right here with you. Dad, I'm struggling. Son, come on. You can do it. I'll give you a little push here." Push the little kid over. Yeah, I did it. Same thing. That's empowerment. You don't simply throw a loan at somebody in a difficult while you are gouging them with taxes. Everything that they make from that business that they're undertaking with that loan, they have to be paying back the loan. Then whatever they are making, you are gouging them with taxes on it. That's not empowerment. It's not empowerment. So I just wanted to make comment on that today. So 32 minutes is a long time. So guys, if you have any comments, I'd really appreciate if you have any comments and stuff. I hope this helps to enlighten somebody, and I hope it places further emphasis on what we need to be focused on right now. It's the change in governance systems. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Until the governance systems change, this kind of shenanigans, this kind of charades, like what you just saw here, will always continue. They have been there since I don't know wherever. Enough is enough. The minister is not supposed to be involved even in this. Is not supposed to be involved in it. There should be a local government with a department of youth, Ministry of Youth and Sport right there, where you go to as a youth and you are welcomed. So, ma'am, I have this and this and this, and the office, this is an office, the officer that looks at these kind of things and all that stuff. Talk to him, make an appointment. You can make an appointment or come in. Just come in. You go there, you sit with a gentleman. So, young man, what's going on? This is how it happens, guys. That's when you see something like this that's happening, then you know Zambia is going somewhere. Young man, come in, young man. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, you're good. This is good. You know what? In fact, we have some specialists. This can work. We have some specialists. We have some specialists here that can actually. Let me see if I can get somebody else to give you some pointers on this. Somebody else comes in. Oh, hey man, how are you doing? What's your name? You get something. Hey, you Brian? Yeah, sure. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, sure. We can work with you. This looks viable. They encourage you. They encourage you right there in your district. Yeah, this is. Have you been? What have you been doing on it so far? Yeah, I've been trying it with I was doing it with my brother. I was, my dad helped me a little bit and things like that. And I saw it going somewhere. So I figured I might venture out and see how I can scale it up. And so I'm here. I just wanted to see how what you guys think about it, and if you can get any support so I can move this up. I said, absolutely, that's what we're here for, Brian. So let's just walk through the details here and see what we can do for you. When you can do that, you know the country is developing. That's development. That's development. Okay? That is what is called development. Development is not building a useless road. Development is not putting up a hospital building with nothing inside it. What I just gave you there is delivery of quality service. Quality service delivery. You know you are developing. If you can go to an office and you are saved in that manner, what I just described you, that's what the youth want. Not when office, local government. If you left kuchita indalama ukafunya kwiza. Tefia ububefi. Ifye tetuli mebala. If mwena fe mumbi wona na akula nchi mukaste next week limbi kutso yazala ndakona ulia mulumendo kwa liwa chitire ero pale kalo mulumendo palia wachitire ko kwa chikati nomba yale wompya wirubala echanchanje. The purpose of government is to provide an environment I just described. That's an empowering environment. Not this foolishness you just watched. We just watched foolishness. What we just watched is foolishness. Is foolishness, mediocrity of the highest order in governance. And it has to change, fellow Zambians. This has to change. I know some of you have never been out and seen how other countries function. This has to change. Zambia has potential. There's no reason why Zambia should continue to operate this way, what we just seen. There's no reason. So, continuing from my lesson yesterday, my discourse yesterday, if you didn't watch what I published yesterday on my YouTube channel, please watch it. Even if you have to watch it piecemeal because it was rather long. I understand. I apologize for that. It was rather long, but I really encourage you to watch what I published yesterday. And because next year is going to be very important. These words that I'm telling you about this, how things should be, Next year is going to be very, very important. It's not about changing a person in that seat, in the president's office. It's not changing a party. It is about changing the systems. And the systems in Zambia, by all accounts, have failed the people of Zambia. They have failed. By that very fact, they ought to be abolished and reconstituted. That's all there is to it. Anyway, fellow Zambians, I feel for my country. I feel for my country. I just want to. Sometimes I feel like sometimes you feel quite but it all depends on the people. All of us. It just depends on all of us. Those people in government, they got their traditional mentality. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk about it, mentalities and how they are killing us. Mentalities and how they are killing us. Tomorrow I may talk about that. So watch out for another one. I think I've talked enough. And guys, remember, Uyan the progress of our country is in our own hands. Remember, patriotism is as much patriotism is as much a virtue as it is as justice. as it is justice. And it is essential. It's essential for the survival of our society as love is for the survival of our families. I heard that from somewhere. Think about Mother Zambia. Let's be patriotic. Let's do what is right for Mother Zambia. And it's thinking very carefully about who you want to put in that office and what you want him to do. Giving this person conditions, we want you to do this when you get into that office. We want you, we the people, we want you to do this when you get into that office. We want you to change everything and we want it this way. It is the people who institute a government, and they expressly institute that government in a manner that they deem appropriate in serving their wishes, in serving their interests, in the pursuance of their happiness and safety. The people institute a government. The government doesn't just come out of nowhere. The Zambian people will institute a government. So think about those words, guys. Good talking to you. We'll talk later. Fellow citizens, be well.